old school style. This car rides and drives down the road just beautifully. It's got XKE front suspension and Jag sedan rear suspension. It's all Henry steel car. Nothing's been modified or altered other than the roof flattened, which means they lower a couple of the bows in the center there in the back. Anyway, beautiful Henry steel fenders, all steel. Cars like this are pretty hard to find. 33s are hard to find anyway, but when you find them in a Phaeton, it's just really neat. This is a good looking car. It's painted Jag Regency red with black fenders. Very typical era. The car was built like about 92, 93, somewhere in the early 90s. This gentleman's owned it several years. We'll walk around and kind of give you a feel. It has Wheelsmith chrome spoke wheels on it. Those are actually true spoked wheels. All the door handles and hinges and so on and so forth are on the car. This is an Australian version, and there really is not much difference other than the side trim panel down here on the side. And there's pluses to it for being an Australian version. The center pillar is stronger because of the structure here on the side of the car than it is on the American version. The doors on this are really nice. We'll give you a feel here. Nice cowl lamps. I assume these are these connected to turn signals, you guys?
Pardon me?
Are these turn signals on the cowl, Roger?
Yeah, they work.
Yeah. So it's got working cowl lights that are actually the turn signals of the car. The headlights are just beautiful on the car. It is an original grille where the center's been blacked out. You'll see this V8 emblem is probably original. It's got patina and stuff on it. It is an original grille. The way the fenders come together here, this piece here is very nice. Front bumper stanchions look like they've been shortened just a little bit. Step back and let you take a peek here. Cars like this are fairly hard to find. They're a nice little touring car where you can load a bunch of friends and buddies in on a beautiful day and go for a cruise. The body is absolutely whistle straight. Kind of give you a peek down the side here. The light's just right for me to do this today. Fenders are really nice here at the support points. Windshield, again, some really nice plating on it, but it's just got a little bit of patina to it, not much, which gives the car a good character. You know, the thing about owning a hot rod or a Resto-Rod, traditional styles in, and when you have just a little bit of character to it, it actually helps in the presence of the car, in my opinion. Top's beautiful. Like I said, the roof's been flattened is what they'd call it. The windshield is the normal height than the back is. We're going to show you the doors here, what we're talking about. The strength is just stronger here on this side, and then the trim panel down there at the bottom is the only difference in the cars, and the difference in the drive side, which has been converted back. Has a, we're going to show you these doors here. Door jamb to door jamb. This is a nice built car. You can see none of the hinges are latches are not painted, that kind of thing. There's an all-new stereo in it, 4-speaker audio system with separate channels, 4-speaker. Secret audio I'll show you when I get over to the driver's side there. This interior, I had to look at it actually 2-3 times. The button tuck interior is actually, it looks like leather, but it is a vinyl. It's the best looking leather vinyl I've ever seen. I don't know where they got that at. We'll show you the doors here. A little touch up here the owner's going to have touched up before it leaves. Again, it's Jag Regency red. Look how that door's shut. See my reflections in the side of the car here. Had a chance to study this car quite a bit while I was doing the photo shoot. We moved it out of the shade and into the sun, and I really like to take a good look. This is a good, honest, very nice driving car. We're actually using the lift at a shop where the gentleman that works on it that's very well known in building street rods. Back seat here, look at all that room. It has seat belts front and rear, so you can put passengers in this baby and take them for a safe ride. Most of you know I'm from Havasu. It's hot here in Southern California. See that door? I won't do that again. One of the things I always look at on these Phaetons is how the doors shut. Typically they're pretty tough to shut. It's very nice to have one with a good structure like this one does. Again, Wheelsmith chrome spoke wheels. Very much a Jenny look with the spare on the back of the car. Step back and let you take a look at it. Nice, very nice. Even the spare. This plate or club plaque will not go with the car. The owner's keeping that, which is pretty typical. You can put your plaque there when you got the club. You belong to a club. If you've been looking for one of these cars, you know they're very hard to find. You definitely need to hang on to the end of this video. The undercarriage of this car. We'll just give you a peek here. We're going to put it up on a lift, but you'll see all the Jag suspension, so on and so forth. Very nicely done car. If you want a car you can drive. It actually has a gear vendor overdrive in it too. So I don't think I covered the engine. It has a 350 Chevy V8 turbo 400 automatic transmission, has a gear vendor overdrive, all Jag suspension, which I already spoke about. You'll see how nice and pretty this car is right here. Just elegant. All the woodwork on the bows here is very nice. Again, door jamb to door jamb. Mikey likes it. Definitely, when you're all done here, go to spudsgarage.com. We took a lot of photos of this car, and we definitely want you to hang on to the end of the video. I know I say that quite a bit, but that's because you need to. A little bit warm today. Get up in the dash here and kind of give you a feel. These cowl lights, it has some nice wind wings on it. Breezers. Not really breezers, but that's what they do. We'll cover underneath the hood here in just a minute. I'm going to fire it up here for you. Car has, it's got 16,801 miles on it. You'd never know by looking at it. Definitely turnkey and maintained. Gentleman here at the shop takes care of this car and it's ready to go. Fire it up here, show you the gauges. He drove it over here. It's been sitting about an hour or so with me moving around the yard here, but no overheat issues that we know of on the car. 110-degree day. He drove a half an hour here. Video gauges. Here's the secret audio system right here. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea, like I always say. It does have a wiper motor, but it's not operable. Nice rose etched glass mirror. Made a special trip to come do this car. Sounds just right. Anyway, about time for me to tell you to get in. Hang on to the end of the video. Go to spudsgarage.com. Alright, let's take a look underneath the hood. Very much a nicely done Resto-Rod. Not overdone, just right. This is the kind of car you can drive. We'll have specs at Spud's Garage. We actually have a spec sheet on the engine. It's been completely rebuilt and went through. Car does have some miles on it, which is good. It means it can be driven. It drove over here in hot 110-degree day here. So we could get it on a lift. It has an aluminum Edelbrock aluminum intake manifold. I'll get it out. Like I said, it's a little warm. Edelbrock carburetor, AFB carburetor. It has a Mallory distributor, so it's electronic ignition. The wires are neat and tidy where they roll down to the spark plugs here and into the firewall. Has an aluminum pulleys on it, aluminum water pump. It has a new brass radiator in it, so it cools nicely. It would have to on a day like this. Look down here, the VIN is on the frame where it's supposed to be. Turbo 400 automatic transmission right there. It has an ISKI cam in it, I can tell you that, and it's been poked 30 over. Just nice little cruiser. Resto-Rod's done just right, or kept simple. And that's what I see here, is very nice and simple and easy to work on and fun to drive. High amp alternator there. Looks like it has an external voltage regulator on it, so it's not a one-wire alternator. Fuel pressure regulator, nice little simple billet dress. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. Go to spudsgarage.com. We definitely have them. All right, let's take a look at the undercarriage. We promised you all along we're going to have it up on a lift here. We've got it at the shop of the gentleman that maintains it for this client. The car, less than a month ago, has been completely serviced. So every fluid's been changed or checked in it. Lube points done. Anyway, like we promised, we're going to tell you about the suspension and stuff. It's a Jag sedan rear suspension. The lower control arms have been gusseted here. It has Corvette brake calipers on it, so it's got four-wheel disc brakes on it, front and rear. It has aluminum or billet coilover shocks on it that are fully adjustable, which means you can change the ride height on this car if you like. We like the ride height right where it is. It has a strengthening component here on the bottom. Just tightens up the structure on these Jags. This is a great riding car. The entire frame I've studied. We'll go along the frame rails here and I'll show you. The frame's been boxed and it's had tubular square tube structure put in it. Has ultra-flow mufflers on it, dual exhausts that exit out the back. Notice that they're brought together so you can take them apart and take them out of the car. It's not some welded up thing. See the chassis here? It's all box tube structure reinforced. It has a gear vendor overdrive on the Turbo 400 automatic, so you got a little extra gear out of it here, which is really a nice feature. Batteries hung underneath here on the bottom side. Nice thing about these Jag suspension cars is a ride, but what's even better is a bitchin' look. Look up here, the gentleman here at the shop we're at, who's very good at what he does. He added an electric assist to the brakes, APS style. So it's got a good brake pedal, four-wheel disc brakes, so it'll stop. Got to be safe. Turbo 400 pan there with a gear vendor. We'll show you the gear vendor, which got the tail shaft on it here. We'll go up here. It's basically an extra speed on the transmission. You can always tell a Turbo 400 by the shape of the pan. It's an odd shaped pan and cut in the corner here. Turbo 350 would be square with a corner cut off. We could go into days talking about that. Crossmember here is very nicely done for the torsion bars, so they've added extra strength here. This is the back side of the torsion bar where you would set your adjustments, so on and so forth back here. He's got the ride height just perfect on the front. Has Jag rack and pinion steering on it, so it's a very nice steering car. We'll get up front here and show you more. Nothing like a torsion bar suspension car. Do a lot with them. Come up front here. Has billet gas shocks on the front, maybe Conies, I don't know. These are Corvette aluminum brake calipers on the front, so again, four-wheel disc brakes, inboards in the rear. The geometry on the front control arms are just sweet, nice and level. Anyway, we're thinking you get the idea. He drove this car down here about a half an hour from Malibu to where we're doing it on the lift here, and you can tell it's a nice little car that you could drive. No overheat issues that we know of. It was 110 degrees today and he was stuck on the freeway. So walk back here, go back down more. Appreciate you coming to Spud's Garage. Give us a call. We're absolutely never any pressure. Looks like this is a fuel filter, which is a nice place to have it, a GM replaceable AC type. I catch stuff going reverse here. Brake lines are run all along the frame, but the entire frame has been boxed, and it should be to add the additional structure. There you go. Go to spudsgarage.com. Have a great day. Give us a call. See ya.